My name is Brittany Natali, and this is my poem. You asked me to write a poem to perform live, a little some to show you my jive. Well, let me see what I got for you. I'll talk till I'm black and blue. You judge if my gift of gab is true. I come from the bay, and that's where I will reside, but I took a little break to live by the seaside. Let's see. I see all of you looking at me, and how am I supposed to feel? The way you think I will? Confident, talented, respected? Well, that's right, you guessed it. I'll start where it all begins. The story's about a girl with twins who had a feud with her next of kin. She was sleeping in a Motel 6 when she suddenly got a twitch, something that was telling her to hide. The feeling was from deep inside. She's felt something like this before, but it was never so strong. She knew that what she was going to do wouldn't take long. Dudes don't normally last for more than a song. All she needed was some money. She was tired of eating rice and honey. She was willing to starve, but she had to feed her unborn baby, so she did things that society thought was shady. She knew what it was going to take to get her by. She knew she had to sleep with this guy. She did what she had to do and called that one dude. The one who always came around because he knew it would be cheap for him to get down. But this one night was a little different. He wanted something he could put on the wall of his basement, something he would never forget. It's not his life that was playing roulette. Knock, knock, knock. There was something behind door 210. She thinks to herself, here we go again. The girl was in her white robe made of silk, not knowing this dude is going to bilk. One arm off the shoulder, her confidence was getting bolder. Slowly walking to the door with this eerie feeling inside, the girl had one thing on her mind and pushed that feeling aside. The man on the opposite side greeted her with a sinister smile. Hey, baby, he said, this might take a while. She took down her hair and pretended not to care but questioned his evil glare. He walked up and caressed her face with the back of his index finger. This girl couldn't figure out why this eerie feeling decided to linger. Watching him as he licked his lips and turned his head, she knew it was time to get into bed. As his finger moves closer to her neck, all she was thinking about her check. She starts to turn, but then she learns that the eerie feeling had a serious meaning, and that's when she awoke. As the man took away her innocence as he began to choke, he grabbed her neck so hard it almost snapped. The girl found her courage and fought back and slapped. She thought she slapped him hard enough, but she was tricked by his bluff. He came back full force and knocked her and her unborn baby face first on the floor. You whore, he screamed, you are only mine to be. I can't allow you to run these streets. This man, confused with lust and power, saw her life as something to devour. In his manipulative and disturbed mind, he wanted the girl to see him only, to be blind. He threw her onto the floor by the bed, choking her and covering her mouth completely, and told him to tell her he's the boss, right before all her consciousness was lost. As her eyes were closing, she knew her story was coming to an end, and that's when her story truly began. The man stood above her and realized what he'd done. In his mind, he knew he won, but reality started to sink a little more, and he needed to get this body off the floor. He thought and thought. He didn't know what to do. He dragged her lifeless, pregnant body into the bathroom. But all along, this girl was wrong. There was no man on the other side. She was the one who decided to take her life. Confused with the stress and neglect of the ones she thought she loved, she didn't realize that they were all sent above. She didn't know how to survive on her own. She's the one who attempted to kill herself listening to the same song. On repeat, she didn't feel the heart of her child beat, and that's when she knew she had to end. So she fabricated about someone she dated to take away the sorrow of a life she had to borrow. To visualize him made it easier to do. It was her schizophrenic mind that made the story true. And that's where the story begins, you see. We all have trouble inside. If we can figure out what to do, maybe the story wouldn't be about you.